Is it possible to fix an audio clip where the levels fluctuate a lot? The quiet parts are really quiet, the loud parts are too loud. We want some balance. Can we do it? And the quick answer is yes. But today we're going to be taking a look at a file that we got from a YouTube channel called Colorado 4x4, and it came from a guy named Jeff who runs that channel, and it's a video clip of some off-roading, and the volume that was recorded in the clip just didn't work out right, and he was having trouble balancing out the audio so that we could hear everything. So you know what? I like a challenge. I love helping you guys out there, so I was like, hey, let's jump in here and take a look, and I'm going to share the tips and tricks that I used on his clip with you guys just so you can see the thought process behind how do we start to work with an audio clip that isn't what we want it to be, and how do we make it better, and what are the tools and techniques we can use to be able to do it. So everything I'm going to use in this video is available in the free version, so you can jump in the free version, use the same tools that I'm gonna, but I just want to take you guys step by step through the process of my thought process, as well as my editing process, to try and make this clip sound a little bit better. Here we are in DaVinci Resolve, and this is the file that Jeff had sent me. And we can see just right off the bat, looking at the waveform, we've got a big section that's really quiet, where the truck is farther away up here, and then it gets a little bit louder. These louder parts you see is where somebody is talking. So let me play through this video, and then we're gonna talk about how can we balance this out and make it sound a little bit better.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about is my belly on this.
You look pretty good, Jeff. Now you can start your turn right there. A little bit of a turn. Going up on a rock on the passenger. Nice.
Nice.
Nice, Jeff.
Hey, not bad. Not bad.
Sweet.
Okay. All right, good to go.
Here you go.
Thanks, dude.
Appreciate it.
You're the man.
So what did we notice with that clip? The first part of that clip was very quiet. We're going to want to make that a little bit louder. But then we had sections where you could hear the voice really loud, but you couldn't hear the car so well. So maybe the camera Jeff was filming on did some auto leveling or something where it made the truck parts a whole lot quieter. Maybe it's like it's trying to remove background noise. But when we're watching a video like that, like I want to hear the truck. I want to hear it crawling up the dirt. I want to hear it scraping if it's scraping. We want to hear that stuff. So let's jump into Resolve and I'll show you my thought and editing process to try and make this sound a little bit better. So in DaVinci Resolve here, we want to jump over into Fairlight because as an audio guy, I'm gonna go work over in Fairlight. Now looking at the clip, at the waveform here, we can see the first half of this clip, it's pretty quiet. So we're gonna need to make that a little bit louder. But the other thing that I'm thinking is that I probably want to try using the dialogue leveler, right? Because that's gonna help bring up the quiet parts a little bit and compress the louder parts a little bit where we're talking. So I think the first thing that I want to do is actually just create some keyframes to raise this point up. Now you could come in and I'm going to just zoom in a little bit here. I can make some keyframes right here by hovering over my gain line on my audio clip. If you don't see your gain line right here, gain line, turn that on. We can use the Option key on a Mac or Alt key on a PC. We're going to get this little symbol and just click, and it's going to add in a keyframe for us. So I'm going to add in 2 keyframes. Now I can just come and boost this side up a little bit. Now we don't want it to be too loud because the truck is kind of far away, but we still want to be able to hear it. So I'm just going to watch through a little bit of it, watch my viewer up here, and just see if we can still hear the truck. So I'm going to start around here. Looks pretty good. So I think that's pretty good, right? We can hear it. We've got low levels, but he's a little farther away, so that's all right. Now, as we come into the next section here, I'm going to listen to it, and I'm going to think about trying that dialogue leveler first, because if it works, then we might be good to go, and that might be all you need to do. I'm going to make a cut right here on the clip by using the keyboard shortcut. For me, it's S because I remapped my keyboard shortcuts. For you, it might be Command or Control B. I'm going to select my clip. After I select my clip, I'm going to come and open the inspector, and I've got the dialog leveler, and I'm going to apply that to just this particular part of the clip. So I'm going to turn that on, and I think I'm going to change the mode here because I don't want wider dynamics. I actually want to bring up those quiet parts a little more. So I don't want to reduce the background noise because in this case, I want to hear the tires on the dirt and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. I'm going to click my drop down for the mode, and I'm going to say more lift for low levels. I don't know if I need to do the bottom one here. Let's try more lift for low levels first. So let's just play through it, and we're going to see how this sounds.
Kelly on this.
You look pretty good, Jeff. Now you can start your turn right there. A little bit of a turn.
So I definitely think that helps a little bit. We can see when he talks, our levels are around, minus 10 dB-ish, minus 10 to minus 15 dB. So that's pretty good. But maybe I want to boost up those parts where the truck is a little bit more. Well, there's a cool, quick way that we can do it. We can use the keyframes like we already did, but here's an easier and quicker way to do it. So if I come back in here and I just close my inspector, I'm going to zoom in a little bit on my timeline. I can come and grab my focus tool, which is this guy right here. I can select that. And now I can select the part of the clip that I want to boost up. So in this case, from here to there, that's what I want to boost. Now it's automatically set in and out points, and I can just grab the gain line here and boost up this middle part a little bit. So let's listen to that and see what that sounds like.
A little bit of a turn.
Okay, so that might be a little much. Maybe I want to bring it back down a little bit because it sounds a little loud to me. So let's bring it up maybe 5 dB or 6 dB.
A bit of a turn. Going up on a rock on the passenger.
And our dialog lever is going to help balance it out a little bit too. So I think I would try and do that, and I would just use my focus tool to select a bunch of the different ranges here. I would try and boost them all up about the same amount, so that way, as you're watching the video, it's naturally going to get a little louder as you get closer to the camera, and that's okay. So let's say I want to do, maybe 6 dB or so. Play through it, and we're just going to see how that sounds.
The passenger.
And you can hear it drop back down a little bit. So again, just come to each little quiet part there, and we can make it a little bit louder if you want to. You can always do a reselection here if you don't grab it right like I did there. And just real quick, while I'm doing this, here's another little tip for you. If you're using your focus mode tool and you select a range and let's say, oops, that wasn't enough, you could come back, click, and redo it. But if you hold your shift key, you can actually adjust where that tool is making a selection. So you don't even have to redo the whole thing. You can just make it a little bit bigger. Hey, there we go. We're all set. We'll boost it up. About -6, and there we go. So I think that method works out pretty good where I'm kind of bringing them up a little bit, but we also have the dialog leveler doing some of the work for us. So I think in combination, those two are going to work out pretty good. So I'm going to go through, make changes to the rest of these quieter parts, and then we're going to jump into the next step. All right, so I've gone through, I've made some adjustments that you see here on the clip, just made those little selections in certain areas and raised them up about 6 dB or so, and they kind of help balance it out a little bit. So between the dialog leveler doing its job on that clip and then the little adjustments I made, it kind of helped balance everything out pretty good. So the next thing I might do is just apply a little bit of compression and a little bit of makeup in there, just so that the loud parts don't get too loud and the quiet parts don't get too quiet. Let's go ahead and open up our dynamics panel here. So I'm going to just double click it in the mixer, open up our dynamics panel. So now I'm going to go turn on our compressor. I'm just going to play through the clip and we're going to make some adjustments here to our compressor as well as our makeup. So let's just play through and we'll make some adjustments. So we can see where our audio levels are, right? When it's just the truck, it's somewhere around here, right? A little bit -40 dB. And when he talks, it comes up to here. So we want to just compress the louder parts where the talking is. And we're using the makeup to boost up those quiet parts a little bit. And we're just looking for a good balance here. We still want to hear a little difference, but we just want a good balance. So that's what I'm thinking as I'm looking at the compressor and making an adjustment here.
Good, Jeff. Good, Jeff. Now you can start your turn right there. A little bit of a turn. Going up on a rock on the passenger. Nice.
There we go. Nice.
Nice, Jeff.
Hey, not bad.
So now our clip is getting a little bit more balanced, right? I went with a threshold around -23, a ratio for dialogue when we have any voice in there. I usually like to go between 2 and 3. 2.7 looks pretty good in this case. Now there is a little bit of a higher noise floor in there, a little bit of more background noise. We could bring that back just a little bit if we turned on our expander here, right? And it's just gonna attenuate it back a little bit. It's not going to get rid of it. We're still going to hear the truck in the background. But if I play through it, we should see the lower, volume stuff kind of get dropped off a little bit. Let's just hear what that sounds like. And even at this part right here that we're coming up to, you're going to notice it gets a little too quiet. So I might actually want to grab this point and just bring it back up a little and get these a little bit closer as far as the waveform is concerned.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about is my belly on this.
You look pretty good, Jeff.
So I think this has sounded pretty good, and we just made a few simple changes. So I'm going to play a few little clips here. I'm going to play a before and an after so that you guys can kind of hear what they sound like before we got started, and then now that we're done. You guys be the judge. Tell me what you think. Did these couple changes help make it sound a little bit better? I think this gave Jeff what he was looking for because he wants to hear the truck in the background, hear it crawling through the dirt, and be honest, I do too, because that stuff's cool. And you know what? I wish I was out there four-wheeling out there in the Rockies or in the desert or wherever you guys are. Colorado, I guess, right? Colorado 4x4. Come on, Jay. Colorado. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to roll these examples as we exit here. And with that said, guys, I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Big thank you to Jeff for sending this along. Let me give it a try, make a video for you guys. And if you guys need help with something, let me know. I can't help everybody, but I'm happy to help a few of you guys if I can. So with that said, guys, roll these samples, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about is my belly on this.
You look pretty good, Jeff. Now you can start your turn right there. A little bit of a turn. Going up on a rock on the passenger. Nice.
Nice.
Nice, Jeff.
Hey, not bad. Not bad.
Sweet.
Okay. All right, good to go.
Here you go.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. He's a man.